Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Noah French. I'm doing the video response for the discussion board for this week. It said to use the K Ultra Media platform, but that currently wasn't working for me, so I decided to record it on my phone and upload and embed that file into that discussion board post for you guys to watch this week. So I kind of printed up the discussion board, that way I kind of could reference it and reference the rubric and reference what exactly I was going to be talking about for this week. So this week, the first of the two parts of this discussion board, you said to discuss the RRA topic and the historical underrepresented group investigation. And I looked at it a lot. I investigated it, and I really just wanted my discussion board and my RRA to be stand alone and to separate it. So this past week, I've been kind of sick, under the weather, so I haven't been able to get to discussion boards as much as I would have liked to. But so this week, I helped out with a Grand Rapids mission trip through the Bible. And one of the things, I was a youth leader, and I was helping out with one of the impoverished poverty simulators with a bunch of sixth graders. And so what I exactly did is we went downtown, and they had this poverty simulation through Days A. And my sixth graders and seventh graders, they went through some discussion and talked about like what would they do if they didn't have any money for the month, or they had $100 left and they had to pay their phone bill, or they had to actually do their taxes that month, or they went to the hospital and they had no insurance. A lot of real world topics that impoverished people have to discuss. And so we went through that, and we even talked about ethnicities, and they were just kind of joking around a little bit and didn't take it super seriously, as many middle schoolers do. But at the end, it was super powerful because so one group got like the topic of someone was on the streets, an African American individual was on the streets, and they didn't have any money, and they were just being discriminated against, and they just kind of didn't take it seriously, as I earlier stated. But then the person speaking was like, that individual was me. And then there was this little girl she was holding in her hands, and one group had to discuss how this little girl, they were talking about just the family couldn't keep the child anymore because they didn't have any money, and the government wasn't giving enough child support, and they just couldn't do it anymore. And that woman was like, that child is the person I had in my hands. And just went on and on with other individuals that were just in the room with them, just normal individuals of all ethnicities. And I was just really I was kind of like, yeah, this happens every day, I've seen this. But it was just a shock to these kids, and immediately they started taking it seriously, and they started they started asking me different questions, and a couple girls started actually crying just because it was just such a powerful representation. So what happened was a bunch of them asked me some questions about the statistics of why certain African Americans are being discriminated against and the history behind it, and I answered that, and I decided, maybe that would be a great topic for me to discuss. Maybe I can go volunteer at some of these different organizations, or even mentor an individual of African American heritage at a different high school or middle school level and figure out what it's like to live in their world, what it's like for me to put my feet in their shoes. So, but then for part two, you guys talked about the How to Raise a Black Son in America video, and I know I kind of already discussed that a little bit. The doll experiment video also. Basically, when I watched the video, that's kind of why I'm talking about what I'm talking about, because I looked at it and I was like, wow, it's kind of what I went through right now. And the scholars, I feel like they did a really good job of like demonstrating what it was like and what it's actually like today, but I feel like they could have maybe gone a little further. I feel like they don't really, they understand the full situation and fully what happens and how hard it is to raise a black son in America, and the discrimination that comes to it. But I feel like from personal experience and from doing what I did this week, even when I was sick, that they're not really fully hitting the extent of what it should be, of what really goes on. And I don't really know if this video completely makes sense or anything, but this is just my response for the week and just what I went through and how that one video impacted me and how it was the real world implications that it impacted me today. So yeah, just respond to my video and tell me, do you like videos? Should I just keep doing written responses? How do you want me to do that as well? Have a great rest of your week, guys.